start the recording. There we go.
Amazing.
Okay. So then now if other people want to watch it, there's a recording for it. It's pretty loud connection. Okay. I'll just write we are recording it so she knows. All right. So okay, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about your background, like where you come from, how you got into being an artist, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. So, like for me, it's being an artist. It's very recent. I think I am one of the pandemic artists. I started painting now. I come from Chile. I was born like in a very traditional family, if you can say so, where I really thought I had a lot of artistic like guts, or like I was like very artistic like all the time. I loved doing things with my hands. I wanted to become an actress, whatever, but I felt like the pressure of my family that I couldn't really do it. So I ended up studying dentistry. So I am a dentist. I enjoyed it. I think I'm someone that I really like to study. I like to know new things, learn new things. So in that way, it was like not a suffering, but still I was not feeling like that passion. And because I was like in that mood, I ended up leaving Chile. I went to live to Portugal, like in an adventure in a way. So I arrived there. I started working whatever I could. I was like a tourist guide. It was fun. And then the pandemic arrived, and I joined a circle of women. And I ended up not having money, like because I was a tourist guide, there were no tours anymore. So I ended up in a circle of women that we give each other money. And in this circle, I met a lot of different women from different places. It was amazing. And one of them introduced me to a phrase of the tarot. And I was like, wow, I love that phrase. Where did you had it from? And she told me, no, I'm in this course. Like, you can join it if you want. The course had already started, but the previous classes are recorded, whatever. And I joined. And I think that was like the turning point of my life in a way. I think this course changed my life. I learned so much about everything, about myself, about love. And I'm not really good at words. And as I had like this more scientific way of education, like for me, it was like very hard to abstract things. Like I was very literal. So someone told me something, and I couldn't go more like far away. And one of my friends that had to leave Lisbon because of the pandemic left me all of his painting there with me. And I was hearing these classes, and I just like grab the paintings and the canvas, and I started like painting what I was hearing, kind of in a meditation way. And because I couldn't really express it with words what I was hearing. And somehow, like, that's how I started painting. I would never show it to anyone. It was like my little secret, because I felt it was just something I did. I didn't, I mean, we always maybe have this pressure that we don't do things right or whatever. And then suddenly it was something I just started doing and doing. And then I met people, they went to my house and they saw my paintings, and they were like, wow, this is like very special, because I kind of always interpreted like the esoteric world. It was everything about myths, it was about symbols, it was about goddesses. And I also like played kind of with like a very South American vibe because of the colors and because of the landscape. Somehow I realized like, wow, I'm always painting mountains. And then it was like, of course, I'm from Santiago. Like the only thing that I see every day is a huge mountain, that's the Andes, and it's something that I have. Also like the desert, watered. I have lots of cactus and whatever. And yeah, that's how I ended up painting. And it's something that I found that I can do, and I can do for hours, and I don't really notice it. Like it's something I do like for releasing and for connecting with myself. I don't do it for showing it, even though now I'm showing them, and it's good. Like I like it also, but for me it has been like a therapy of expression, because I was thinking that if I couldn't speak it, like I needed to express it in some way, like otherwise all of what you are learning, it will get lost. So the way that I can express it, or my link to the theme also, is through my paintings.
So you said you heard a phrase from the tarot cards. Is that right?
Yes.
Which
Yes,
card was it? Curious.
it was the Fool.
Oh, cool. I love
So
that.
yeah, so the phrase was something like, if you had pending things in your life, like you are a fool. Like in Spanish, it would be a loco. And I was like, wow, we have so many pending things all the time. Like I don't want to be the fool. And I don't know. For me, it was like a catchy phrase that it was like really understand. Like, and I'm happy that that phrase like linked me to something that was like way higher for me. So now, for example, I still have all of those classes recorded. So every time I want to paint, I press any of the classes and just listen to them again, and it's like in a new impulse, like a new understanding, also like re-going through it.
Nice. Nice. So these are all like each class is about each separate card. Is that what it was about? Or
Um, n- Not really each class, but for example, sometimes a myth, or a symbol. Then I bought also like a book of symbols, so I also sometimes get inspiration from there. I'm just like randomly start looking for symbols. Like I have an idea, for example, I want to paint something about, for example, now I'm painting Uranus. That's the planet.
Mhm.
And while I'm listening to the class of Uranus, I also like look my book of symbols, and like in the doing, you also get inspired. So I see something that could match, and I mix it. Like I'm kind of all the time doing collages with everything, like with images. At the beginning, I was like very hard with myself, and I thought like that was like copying, like looking for references, but it's not. Like I think everything it's done, everything it's here. We just have to, like, the creativity is what you do with all of what's here. So all of the bits and pieces that you can recollect from different places and put them together, it will be unique in itself.
Nice. How did you end up getting into the Web3 space?
It was thanks to Belen. We are friends from Lisbon. um it was like very like suddenly we both knew that we were into arts and that we liked painting. And we made an exhibition together in Lisbon, and that was also a very nice experience. And that like that's like what linked us. And then she told me, like, when this like Inadar like was just starting, like, hey, I'm going to be part of this. And for me it was like Chinese. I had to YouTube video like what's Dao, like everything like completely new. Then when the first contest was on, like the mother one, I was like, how do I do it? Like creating the wallet, everything was so hard. And but like slowly I've been getting like to understanding. Then minting it was another world for me. And then like what like really exploded my head was the exhibition, like the virtual exhibition. And that was like, wow, this is like a whole new universe. And I think it's amazing. It's a great opportunity, especially for this, like for connecting people from different places, like doing exhibitions virtually, like from artists that are around the world. It's beautiful. Like it's what it's like what we have to use from internet. Like internet is a whole world. Like you can go in a very good way or like in a very maybe deep side. And I
Mhm.
think like this is something very good that can connect art and can connect people. And in this particular case, it's connecting women. And for me, it's like a new learning every day because I had no idea about this. I have heard about it like a long time ago, of course, but like being into it for me was like something really far away. Like I wouldn't imagine never myself doing it, and now it's fun. It's very fun. It's because I like learning also. Like it's been like a new way of exploring. So it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, so you're doing physical pieces. Have you tried doing any digital? Like, are you interested at all in doing digital art or just the physical part?
I have tried. My boyfriend has like this. I don't know how you call it, but like I not it's not iPad, but iPad where you can paint and you're seeing it in the
Right,
computer.
right.
And I've been trying to explore with colors there. It's hard. Like I think it needs times, but I think it's also very interesting. Like I was trying to imitate like the same what I was doing in paper, and it's not the same. So you need like a little bit of more practice. I was also thinking on like doing like a mix, maybe like digitalizing my work and then doing something on top of it. So
Right.
it would be like, easier to follow up. But yeah, I've been exploring the digital also, and it's
So
interesting.
you said a lot of your inspiration comes from symbols. Is that right? Is there anything else that inspires you?
I think there are also some painters that I follow, and they inspire me a lot. Like Leonora Carrington or
I
Remedios
love her.
Varos.
I love her stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the dream, like the dream world. Like right now, I started a dream diary. Because I don't know. I think it's another portal for us for exploring ourselves. And I've never making a follow up following them. It's always like I dream them, then I forget. So now I'm writing them. So I think from there we can also I can get some inspiration, like from the
Hmm.
dream, like
Hmm.
this magical, dreamy world. I think that's
Yeah.
very inspiring for me. Yeah, I feel also inspiration like in talking, like or like in talking about life or why we're here. Like I have like those themes like very like into my mind recently. Like I know we don't have that answer, but I like talking about those things to see if something pops up
Hmm.
and see, and maybe try to express it in the symbols with that.
Do you know that Leonora Carrington has a tarot deck? I got one from her from
I did
her
no, I had
website.
no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'll
I will look for it.
send you the link later if you're interested.
Yes.
I love it. It's beautiful. It's only the major arcana. It's not the
Uh
minor,
huh.
but the it's all hand drawn images for
Wow.
each card. It's beautiful. So
Wow. Like
yeah,
I would buy for sure. Yeah, that, I mean, I think that's something I would like to go to, like making maybe my own tarot card deck. It would be something I would really like to explore. But still, I'm
nice,
I'm learning, so I think I still need to know more to do it like in a proper way.
nice. So
Yeah.
what do you see um, for your future in this space? Like, how do you feel about the space that we've started creating in the crypto world, in the near world specifically? How do you feel, what do you feel about the future of that?
I feel it's something that's still very new for a lot of people. So, like in the near future, I see connecting with more artists and getting to know artists from different parts of the world. Because by now I'm only surrounded like what I see in the physical world. So for me, I see myself making more connections, maybe like connection with other artists, and doing what we're still doing now, like these exhibitions and getting to know people from other views, other perspectives, because I'm also like very stuck to one style. So I would like to see more. um Also, I'm recently now like also going to galleries, for example, art gallery. I wouldn't go before because maybe I would go, but I wouldn't see. So I think now like this is also opportunity to see more work, like see more things, different things.
Nice. I'm just trying to think of is you so is I did ask you this before, but we didn't get very far. You said other painters, like is there anything else that inspires you? Other their dreams, the symbols, other artists?
For me, like also like the feminine world, it inspires me. All of the feminine matters. Um, the the body, like the feminine body, I think it's very nice. I'm like really now also painting it, and like birth. I'm really also kind of, I would love to be a mother one day, but I've I've been following like this birth like Instagrams, and I see like birth, the act itself. um it's something we don't see, like we don't usually see, and I don't know, I don't know why. For me it's like something it's stuck in my mind as well, like this nurturing
I
of.
always cry when I see a birth. I always cry. Every time I see a child get born, I start crying. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah, yeah, like I mean, I think that inspires me, and maybe it's weird, but also like death inspires me, but not like in a negative way, but in this like not understanding and like trying to understand it. I think that inspires me, because that makes me want to know more, to ask, or to meditate. Like I think it's also a very meditative way to know things.
Can you
Death.
tell us? Sorry. Um, can you tell us a little bit more about the painting that you did for the first show, for the mother show? Like,
Yes,
what was your
sure.
inspiration? How did you end up doing that specific thing?
So that one specifically started because I randomly met a poet from the States. Actually, we went to a dinner together because of friends in common, and then we happened to live nearby in Lisbon, so we shared a Uber to our house. And she was someone like very special, like very esoteric and very spiritual, because even like when we were starting to eat, she made us like make a prayer all together to the goddesses, whatever. And then when we were in the Uber, I asked her like if she was following a specific like esoteric current, or like what did she believe, and she kind of told me. And she asked me you, and I said, well, I'm recently started with the tarot. And she asked me, and what are you doing with that? And I told her I'm painting. So
Sorry, I'm going to put on mute.
so when she asked me about like what I was doing with the tarot, I told her I was painting, and she said, oh, show me. And I showed her, and she was like, wow, this style, like I really like it. I was like, she was planning to do a deck of goddess, and she said, why don't we do it together? So she sent me, like we met another day, she sent me a list of all of the goddess that she wanted to put in the deck. I said, okay. I said, but also I'm not like a painter professional. I don't know if I can like follow like a rhythm, because I also have another job, whatever. And she was like, no, let's see. And she said, okay, choose one like to start. And from the list, like I didn't know a lot of them, but one that I knew, it was the Pachamama, because it's like from the Incas. And I also, in a moment of my life, I was kind of really into Incas, like obsessed. I went to Machu Picchu like a lot of times, like I really liked it. And I painted Pachamama. So like that drawing of mother, it's actually my representation of Pachamama. So it's this woman like giving birth, I mean like giving milk, I don't know how to say in English, sorry, but giving milk to their child.
Nurture, breastfeeding is what it's called.
Breastfeeding, yeah. So she's breastfeeding, but it's like this creature. It's not only like, it's not like a human baby. It's like a baby animal. So like it was like representing, like she was like giving milk to not only us, but like to everyone. And also she has like her hand, like creating, or yeah, kind of creating or giving life to plants. And I did it like in a very Indian landscape, because of the tree, like the cactus and the mountains, and like my whole representation was that. Also, she has like the necklace of like of the chacana, that's called, that's the symbol of the Incas. And well, and I did it. I was like really, really happy with my Pachamama, and I showed it to her, and she didn't like it. Because it was not like she, I understood later when I I did already like a lot of paintings to her, that what she she wanted not to show like physical like woman shape. She wanted like more like the idea of the woman. And for me it was very hard, so I ended up like quitting the the collaboration, because I for me it was very hard like to do what she was like imagining. So I ended up like with this kind of collection of goddesses that I had them like here. And and when I heard like the theme was mother, for me it was like, wow, I can like give birth to this, that like was there, like it was in my room, and I thought it was not like going to be useful for anything. But now yeah, it was amazing. And then when I saw that it was voted, it was like, wow, at least it has life now in the web. And it's beautiful. So that's the story of that particular one. And then for the second, like for the superheroes one, I did one from scratch, from zero. I imagine it, and I did it.
Nice. Well, what was that one called again? The one for the
So
superheroes?
the superheroes was called Uterus and Tom.
Oh, okay. I just went through all of those and I can't remember. I'll have to look.
Yeah, it's one
Like,
like she's like holding like a chalice with water, and the water is like falling down.
is it more like a watercolor? Is it a watercolor one, or is it? I don't know. I'll
And
have to look
it's
through
in
it.
acrylic as well. It's very similar to the one of I Belong, like to the mother's one, like in
Right.
terms of style, colors, it's
There
similar.
it is. I think this is it. Number 29. Is that the one? I think it is. Anyway, yes. I think that's the one. So you're planning on continuing on this path. That's your goal now.
Yeah,
What do you
I
see? Do you have an end to that, or oh, okay, she just posted it on there. You have an end to your goal, like where you want to be in, I don't know,
not
5 years from
really.
now, or no?
Um, Not really. I think it's like day by day, I start feeling also more confident in myself, because that's something I also had to work on, like on showing and on doing. So like, I mean, one of my goals would be to create my own deck, like my tarot deck. That's something I
Right,
would love to work on, and maybe also like explore
right.
it in the metaverse world. And yeah, and also now, for example, recently I met an artist here in Budapest, and he invited me to make an exhibition with him. So I will be making
Nice,
one, yeah, in next month. So
nice.
that's also like very exciting and scary because it's new.
I should tell I have a cousin, one of my cousins lives in Budapest.
Really?
I should tell him he should go and see your show. Let me
That
know
would be
when it,
amazing. Yes.
I'll send him I'll send him an invitation, even though I
Cool.
can't go.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah. How do you like Budapest? I've never been there before. Do you like
I
it there? Or?
I like it now. When I first arrived, it was February. It was extremely cold, and like I don't know, like the change from Lisbon to here was like dramatic. I came because of my boyfriend. Because I met him in Lisbon, he had to come here to study, and I decided to come with him. So it was like it's like a love adventure. So I didn't really wanted to leave. I was very happy there, but like on the other hand, I really wanted to. So it was like, but now like with the sunny days and meeting new people, like doing this exhibition, like I'm starting liking it. Yes.
Nice, nice,
Mhm.
nice. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say about your journey or your um, involvement in this group? Like anything else that I didn't ask you about?
But I would just like to say that I think this is like a beautiful instance. I'm really, really enjoying it. I would like to know more because I'm still a little bit lost with how things work. I would like to make it grow as well. Inviting more friends, like to make them understand also like this other reality, because I think it's like a great opportunity to artists and also like to new artists like me. It's like a whole new world that you can explore, because sometimes you might feel like, oh, what will I do with all of this? And wow, here you have a big connection, woman. So you have like not only like the support of the art, but also like the support of the words, like of like, wow, this is nice, like continue. Or I don't know, for example, the conversation we had like last week with Alice, also it was very interesting. Like she did very different things. So yeah, just like grateful for the space.
Yeah, I like this. I like that what we're doing now because we get to know each other better too.
Mhm.
Like, and I think we should continue it on and probably go through everybody in the group so
That
that
would be
everybody gets
amazing.
to know everybody. So yeah, that
Yes,
would be really nice. So,
yes, for
um,
sure.
so we have three other people listening. Do you guys who are listening now have any questions for Belu that you didn't get an answer to? I know some of you came late, but if you have any questions, now's your time. Now's your chance to ask them. Mm,
The question
but
was just like an observation. You mentioned you were like almost always including the mountains and this cactus and this Latin American landscape to your pieces. And I just wonder like whether this is intentional. I mean, you plan the picture and you include it like from the start, or it just happens.
It just happened. I realized it afterwards. I was like, why am I always painting mountains? Like, what is this? And then it was like, okay, no, I know, like, because it was my regular landscape that I could see every day. Probably when time passes, I will start doing more rivers, or I don't know, sea, the ocean, things that I'm saying later. But yeah, no, it was not planned. I mean, I wanted always to give like more like a Latin vibe, or like a South American vibe, because it's something that's like natural for me, and maybe where I was, it was also different. So maybe that was the intentional part, but not really like the mountains in specific.
So home appears always.
Yes. We carry it with us.
How about you guys, Amanda or Dabby? Do you have any questions for Belu now that you have her attention here? You could just unmute your microphone and ask away.
No, not really. I didn't follow up from the beginning of the call due to the rain. I couldn't hear you guys very well, but with little I heard, like, I really enjoyed the interview. But for now, I don't have any question to answer to ask you, Belu.
Thank you.
Okay, we are recording this one now that we figured out we can. So you can go over it just if you want to. So I will put it up in the group so you can watch it. But yeah. Okay. Amanda, do you have any questions? I guess not if you're not saying anything.
Hey, not really. Just I just came like a little bit late because I received the invitation just now. But no, I don't have a question. It's just like I wanted to hear Belu talking about her work.
Well, like I said, we are recording this one, so if you missed out, you can watch the whole thing or most of the whole thing. I think we started basically at the beginning anyway. So, we are going to continue this on through the next few months and get more people up so that we can all learn about each other. And next week, we're going to have Barbara Bezina, who's from Argentina. It's going to be in Spanish because her English isn't very good. So, and Belen said she would translate. Is that right, Belen?
Yeah. The idea, I mean, the interview itself is going to be in Spanish, but the idea is like to translate it and perhaps make an article like with the featured phrases or something so that every person in the community can enjoy.
Okay, great. Is there anything else anybody else wants to say? Is there anything else you want to add, Belu? Or
No, I think I kind of said everything that came from my heart.
I have one question. I'm curious. How many languages do you speak?
2, Spanish and English.
Oh, okay.
And Portuguese, like because it's very similar to Spanish. I mean, I think I can speak it, but like it's not like it doesn't sound like so good, I think.
Okay.
I'll ask, when next will this call be, like this kind of interview? Do we have it every month or maybe we schedule it?
Every week we're having it. So which day is the next one on? Because we're supposed to do it on Thursdays, but I don't think Belen can do it on a Thursday. So Belen, when is the next one going to be?
It will be on Monday around this time. Not sure about the time, but we'll confirm it.
Okay. So Monday is going to be the next one with Barbara Bezina, who's also a really good artist. I really like her stuff. So, okay. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys for coming and listening. And thank you for your questions. And thank you, Belu, for letting us ask you all these questions. And keep up making art, everybody. It's important. Art is the most important thing in the world. I know people don't think that. Everybody thinks that money is or whatever, but it isn't. Art is.
Thank you, guys. Nice speaking to you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.